Zappos. Online retailers are really great places to explore facets. Zappos uses tons of facets, but they don't put a menu showing all of the facets in one place. We can find a few here on the home screen though. First, the main panel is labeled Brands by Category. This means that if you drill down into one of these 4 columns, you'll eventually get to a list of brands. That's what's being organized. And of course, within each brand will be the individual shoes or bags or watches or whatever. So remember, the resources that are being organized here are not brands. The resources that are being organized are individual items that are up for sale. Brands are used to organize or categorize or classify the various items. And as we see in the box, brands can be grouped according to what kinds of items are sold by that brand. Shoes, clothing, bags, beauty items, accessories, and so on. Brands can be organized by who we're selling to: men, women, girls, or boys. Now, if you look on the right, you'll see that I've expanded the All Departments menu. It should be on the very right of the screen and sort of coming down from the top horizontal menu. If you look at this list of departments from top to bottom and pay attention to the groupings that are ever so subtly suggested by the thin lines that separate groups of words, you're looking at facets. First, you have new arrivals. Then you have a line. So there is a facet that describes how recently items for sale have been added to the inventory. That would be the new arrivals facet. Then we have a moderately long list of categories that describe the next facet. We'll call this facet type of merchandise. These correspond with the departments or sections you might see in a brick and mortar retailer. The next facet describes the target customer. Then we have a kind of messy catch-all grouping. These 3 items don't really go together: gift cards, gift ideas, and sale items. I think that from a design perspective, they felt like it would be okay and less cluttered to put all of these other or miscellaneous things together. Gift cards are actually a kind of product, but they're a product in a different way than the other stuff you would buy on Zappos. Gift ideas are specific products that have been selected by the retailer as suggested gifts for whatever reason. Then, sale and clearance emphasizes the price point of items in the inventory. If your primary interest at Zappos is to look for a bargain, then you would click on Sale and Clearance and browse into facets from there. Go over to Zappos and see what happens and what kinds of facets you see that you can use to drill down into categories and navigate to actual items. You can shop for shoes by size. You can shop for clothing by occasion. You can shop for jewelry by brand. You can shop for anything by several different facets. Got it? Great. Okay, be sure to bring up questions or observations in class when we meet next time. Another commercial site that really uses facets is eBay. On this screenshot, you only see one facet, the product categories facet. For purposes of understanding facet analysis, I want you to see the vocabulary they've integrated here. Remember from the previous slide that there are 2 stages to facet analysis. First, you identify what the facets are. Then, you identify or create a vocabulary for each facet. Like, for each facet, what are the words or labels that people can choose from to categorize individual resources? So this screen shows some of the vocabulary for eBay's product categories. I collapsed the book category so that you can see the entire list, but you can go to eBay on your own and explore the vocabularies for this and other facets. What are some of the other facets on eBay? Well, the facets in eBay vary by product category. Some facets are relevant to certain categories, but not to others. So here I've gone to the video games product category. Along the left side of the screen, you see some of the facets that can be used to narrow the list of search results. The facets you can see are format, platform, genre, region code, rating, and I've blown up the list of ratings so you can see them in the middle of the screen, and condition. Not everything would fit into my screenshot here, but further down the list, we also have a price facet, item location, and seller. There's also a single checkbox labeled Show Only Free Shipping. There's no vocabulary or anything like that, but free shipping is now a facet. Remember this in your work, and perhaps more importantly to you right now if you do the homework. A facet doesn't necessarily need to have some kind of comprehensive vocabulary. A facet can be a yes or no question, which in most web interfaces translates to a checkbox. So we'll look at one more example in class when we get together for session 3, but hopefully now you have a better idea of what facets are and how we can use them to organize information and help people with their searches. Even if you don't plan to do the practical homework for credit, I strongly recommend that you try to answer a few of the questions in the first portion of the homework, which is basically a guided exploration through 2 faceted information environments, a website of Nobel Prize winners and an academic library. So this concludes your bonus lecture for session 2. I'll take any questions during session 3, and you'll participate in the group exercise described in the session 2 slides. Then we'll recap and we'll move on to discuss the theoretical readings about philosophy and psychology and information science. Bye!